topic for today's class is digital signatures. We'll first take a look at what is a digital signature. A digital signature is used for verifying the integrity of the message and the source from which the message has arrived. So in digital signatures, we use the concept of public keys and private keys. It's very similar to public key cryptography. For instance, let's consider a sender and a receiver. The sender sends a message to the receiver, and before sending a message to the receiver, he uses a private key to create a digital signature. A signature is created using this private key, and then this signature along with the message gets sent to the receiver. The receiver uses the public key of the sender, and then is able to verify whether the signature is valid. So when you talk about digital signatures, we're going to use the concept of public key and private key. The signature is getting created using the private key, whereas the signature will be verified using the public key. So this is how it is different from a message authentication code. Whereas in a message authentication code, both the keys that are shared are the same. It's like the symmetric key encryption strategy. Whereas in digital signatures, we have two different keys. One is the public key and the private key. And it is very similar to public key crypto systems. Let's understand the problem using a visualization now. We have this user A and user B. They are communicating using an insecure channel. What do you mean by an insecure channel of communication? Third parties can be listening to your communication. And say if user A wants to transfer $10 to user B, say he's transferring $10 to user B, there's always a chance that this communication can be captured by our hacker, and he can say convert it to $1,000 and send it to user B. So the transfer of $10 has now been changed to $1,000. Say from user A's account, instead of $10, $1,000 got transferred because the message was altered by this particular hacker. So in that case, you will know what will happen next. That is what we can see. Let's consider he is user A and he is user B. This is going to be the scenario, because when $1,000 get transferred instead of a $10, we are going to have some issues. So now, how to verify the source and integrity of the message is the question. We'll now take a look at the solution to this problem using digital signatures at a higher level. Again, we have this user A and we have user B. They are communicating over this insecure channel. So as usual, we have our hacker. The very first step is user A generates a public key and he has also a private key. So two keys for this user, and this public key is shared with everyone. It's public, so everyone knows the public key of this user A. And whenever user A wants to send a message, what he does is he takes the private key and the message, and then he converts that to a signature. Say let's assume that this is the signature RCMIS. After creating the signature using the private key, he is going to attach that with the plain text message, and is going to send the signature along with the message to user B. So what user B can verify is he can use the public key. So he can use the public key and he can verify whether the signature is valid or not. So we can verify two things. We can verify the integrity of the message. We can also verify the source from which the message has arrived, because a private key is involved. So the source can be verified easily because the private key is known only to user A. So this is the concept behind digital signatures. We are going to use a private key and we are going to use the message, created signature, tag the signature and send that message to another user. The other users will use the public key of the sender and then they will be able to verify the signature.